You don't know what I cannot wait for that show. All the nerds out there are fucking hearing me and they're going, yes. But back to TJ. All right.
Yeah.
Did he get positive or not for one of those Cody fights with that thing?
No. So
that was a rumor?
I think that was a rumor. I think, in fact, they might have said that they did test those and he wasn't positive for those tests.
No, wait. They tested those on this?
Look right now.
There's the thing. How about this? The fact that he did it once, you don't know if he beat a test. They didn't test him. You don't know any of that. You can't trust anything. And people giving this to me. Well, what about John Jones? What about this one? There's the deal. With John Jones, it was never a clear, he never said, man, it was like, yo, man, this thing was tainted or whatever it was. There was never.
He never injected it.
This guy's, and this is not like him being the bigger man and admitting it. He got fucking caught. And we're going to talk about his apology in a second.
Sure. So Jeff Nowitzki said, and this is 4 days ago.
Okay.
He said that TJ was tested for EPO in both fights against Cody, and the results came back negative. Okay. Now, in fairness, they don't test for EPO in every test, but they test enough that if they see it, then they can go back and they can look at certain other markers in other tests.
Why don't they test for it every test?
Because it would be like another $2.5 million a year.
How about this?
Test every fight for EPO. Yeah.
I think that they knew about it. I mean, because they said stuff earlier. Cody, Uriah. So the fact that they said that way back then, and he gets popped now, means that
somebody knew.
It's not so much that as much as he just beat the system.
Well, USADA wasn't in place when he started. That's the thing. Like USADA's just over the last few years, 3-4 years.
Listen, I do not trust this kid. I think that it's very shady. And Longo was making a good point. He was saying, you got this guy on there. I think they were talking about on the Joe Rogan podcast about steroids or something at one point. And this guy knew he was doing shit. And yet he's talking about stuff. I don't know.
Was he talking about cheaters and stuff?
I gotta see it again. I gotta go back and see what the hell that is before I even get into that. But the fact of it is this. He got busted. And then I saw his apology. Now, unless I missed it, this is my apology. This is a problem with his apology. He never mentioned any of the guys that he fought.
Right.
He mentioned, he has a kid. Yeah, dude, listen, you know what? A lot of these other guys have kids too. So I don't feel bad for you that you have a mouth to feed or a mouth to feed. These other guys too, you might have shortened their career because you were a fucking insecure cheater. No wonder why these guys hate me. But it's true. It's fucking true.
Not wrong.
It's fucking true. And the guy never apologized. He never said, hey, for the guys that I fought. Or how about this? I mean, he got beat up in the fight that he got popped in. Right?
Yeah, we got finished, yeah.
But what if he didn't? What if he beat the piss out of Henry? Hey, listen, Henry took care of business. Props to Henry.
Yeah,
Cejudo.
Henry looked great in that fight.
Cejudo. Props to him. But if that went the other way.
Like if it was fighting Barboza.
Stop, don't you get me going, Jimmy.
I don't know what happened.
Don't get me going.
I met Uncle Lev, whoever.
Dude, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm done with that. I'm moving on to the next. I'm going to be done with the singing, Jimmy.
Sure, it's good.
I'm going to be done with
So he's not fighting Barboza. So then what are you saying?
That's kind of cute, Jimmy, my little bird. Sing it again.
No,
sing it again, Jimmy.
Singing.
Let's sing it together.
So what are you saying about
All right. My point is this. The first thing he should have said is, listen, well, I don't think he's ashamed. I think he's ashamed that he got caught.
He got caught,
he's sitting there like, oh, well, turn the man up and what? No. You didn't fucking pull back the curtain, show everybody fucking who the Wizard is. I don't know. That's the worst.
No, son. You didn't pull back the curtain. Show everybody who the Mr. the Wizard is. who the Mr. the Wizard is.
Listen,
I really don't think
the point
so,
is, what I try to say is he didn't just come out and go, you know what, guys, this is the thing. This has been keeping me up at night. I'm guilty. I've been taking those fucking C-3POs and fucking, I can run hills for days. Fucking Cejudo took my ass out, and but I'm guilty. He didn't say that shit. No. He got busted, and he's sitting there with his arm in a sling going, I really feel bad for my coaches. Really? How about this? I don't feel bad for them. I don't know them. I mean, I know Dwayne, but listen, man, water seeks its own level. I don't know these guys, but you tell me nobody knew anything about this? If they didn't, all right. If they did, shame, shame, shame.
Do you think they knew?
I don't know. I don't know these. I would like to. I don't know. He was on. How about this? This is the one thing I seen him on. When I seen him on Joe Rogan talking about that, gassing up his nutritional guy.
Sam Calavitas.
Yeah, gassing him up, saying you don't understand what we're doing. This is like next level stuff, cutting edge, and bullshit. And that guy Sam, dude, what are you writing? Man, a few words. He writes a fucking novel.
Well, that was beholden to me.
Oh, dude, what are you really?
Do you think it was flowery words of wisdom?
How about him not losing to a better? He didn't lose to a better. What did he say? A better opponent.
He lost to the foe we all face, the foe of insecurity. What?
I don't know. Listen, I can't pick this guy out of. I can't pick this guy out of a lineup, but I don't want to fucking ever hang out with this guy. Just for that speech alone. Holy fuck! Read that thing again. I swear to God, I'll jump out this goddamn window. I'll swan dive out of this motherfucker.
You're right, Matt, though. That's the thing, because in the lead up to the fight, even after he lost, he went on Rogan, TJ did, and was talking about Sam Calavita, and he feels terrible.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. And I was going to say, I mean, for the amount of testing they were doing, according to TJ, that Calavita was doing, checking his levels and all this stuff, I'm not accusing the guy. I really don't know. But if they're doing that type of deep dive into TJ's vitals and all this stuff, how could he not see a spike in certain levels that would be caused by the EPO? I mean, it just doesn't make sense.
He's busy writing fucking a man a few words. I don't know. But listen,
you didn't think it was poetic?
I think it was horrendous. And, you know, I just think that none of these guys, did any of these guys, in that long-winded fucking ramble, did that dude say, hey, man, I feel bad for these guys that he fought? Feel bad for their families? Feel bad for the embarrassment they felt where this dude who doesn't get tired fucking bounces their head off the mat, off the canvas, and their families got to watch that, their loved ones, because this dude was such a little cheater, and he's so insecure that he had to cheat just to get one up on somebody? Ah, boo.
Well,
I mean, listen, whatever.
Well, and in fairness, right, it's like the only one he really has to apologize to is Henry Cejudo. That's the test he tested positive for, right? But there was no apology to but there's no apology to Henry. So
if I was Cody, if I was anybody that ever fought him, I'd be like, yo. Unless I was little Dotson, I'd be doing those backflips off everywhere. That fucking guy's awesome. But he knocked him out. But anyway, it was you know, this guy, he should be ashamed, man. I think he's just upset he got caught. And how about this? I'll lay off that dude totally. I don't care. We're just talking about it now. I would have a lot more respect for him if I hear him say, you know what? I'm sorry for anybody I competed versus, like, when I did. I bet, because that's the biggest thing, Jimmy. Those guys, no one gives a fuck about those guys now. No one's just like, They're like, oh, already had an edge. You had an edge. These guys went to sleep, man, and that's just wrong. Or these guys got beat up by a guy that's cheating. It's just such a disgusting thing. 2 years is too little. So that's it. Let's move on to more positive.
So let me ask you, who's number one under TJ in that division?
I have the rankings right here.
And it's a lot.
In bantamweight, Moraes is number one. Hotfield Sunsal, the Funkmaster Aljamain Sterling, Pedro Munoz. Yeah, and Cody's at number 6.
Has that fight been announced? Aljo Sterling versus Pedro Munoz.
I saw something about it. Let me just double check.
Just double check before I officially announce that.
Yeah. I mean, I saw rumors about it. I don't know if the UFC officially announced it.
Well, if they didn't announce it, then maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But I am excited for young Aljo.
I mean, if that's the fight, that's a very exciting
Can
fight.
I just tell you that last night I was watching some of these guys training, and I mean, I don't think the word's proud, but it's just like there was just a positive. There was just everybody was training like they're going to war, like they're going to battle. Right. It was so awesome. If you would have seen some of these matches I was watching last night, it was something else. I mean, just the scrambles. I mean, all three of the UFC guys, just Raging Al with Aljo, Raging Al with Marab with Aljo. I mean, just these guys amongst all my other dudes. But just I watched some of those guys working, and just technical pit bulls, just rolling with purpose, but with aggression, not accepting shit. I mean, dude, I was loving it.
Aljo and Pedro Munoz is official for UFC 238. That's June 8th, yes.
Wow.
It's June 8th.
Correct. That's in Chicago.
It's my
That's
kid's
nice,
birthday.
That's fun.
He said he's going to get my kid a limb for the birthday.